126 pounds, and yeah, look at this view. It is AT&T Stadium, Arlington, a technological and architectural marvel. Coolwell, again, took the fight on short notice, an opportunity to change his life forever. Should he be the one to knock Carrington from the ranks of the undefeated? But Carrington is a prohibitive favorite, and Roy, the tools that he brings to the ring that make him a prohibitive favorite are tools like that, the effective jab.
Yeah, tools like that and the experience factor, you know. When you come up in Brownsville, New York, you gotta know how to fight. If you don't know how to fight there, then you're not gonna ever know how to fight nowhere.
And go.
So him having this experience tells us a lot, but now Coolwell is coming here to pull off an upset. Coolwell also has 8 knockouts, as Carrington does, so we'll see what happens.
Amir, your father, of course, from Brownsville, and Carrington said that when he was 12 years old, your dad gave him a boxing lesson. He idolized your dad, and your dad asked for Carrington to be on this card. That's quite the ringing endorsement.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm not going to fight at all unless he's the first fight on the card. You know, he's part of the Brownsville greats. He wants to be a part of it with Mike Tyson, all these guys, Riddick Bowe, Zab Judah. He wants to be a part of that class, and this is the perfect platform to skyrocket his whole career.
Rosie, you're a student of the game. We're seeing effective jabs from both fighters and good defense as well. It's about the fundamentals early.
Yes, I'm really surprised that Coolwell is getting in there. I'm wondering if Carrington is allowing him to do so he can figure him out, see what he's got.
Well, Coolwell's camp, Roy, told us that watching the Sagawa fight, they felt that Carrington had issues with the awkward movement, and they were going to try to use the angles and try to find ways to disrupt Carrington's rhythm, and he's done pretty well here in the first half of the round.
Yeah, he's done very well in the early parts of the round, but Carrington basically is just trying to figure him out, see what he has, see what's dangerous, see what's not dangerous, then he'll know how to attack. A good jab right there.
And again, a muted start in terms of the power punches, but is getting to find out what tells the other opponent. Has the beautiful combination there, Rosie, as Carrington attacked the body. Always important to make the investment early.
Always important, and he is looking good and confident. Welcome. Nice body shot by Carrington.
Rips that left hook to the body and immediately escapes Amir.
Yeah, immediately escapes. Once he gets going, his timing and his speed, once that accumulates together, it adds power. He throws to the body, great combinations. Once he gets going, like I said before, he's really going to turn up.
Tell you what, Coolwell didn't come here to lay down, though. Coolwell is definitely trying to make his presence felt in this fight.
Unbeaten in his last 6 fights, scored a 10-round unanimous decision in March, used his reach, IQ, and footwork to outbox him. The opponent, Fernando Tagpuno, and in many ways he's trying to do that here against a guy with a high IQ in Bruce Carrington. So a strain here in this fight scheduled for 8 rounds, 126 pounds.
Time.
Two-division champ Zab Judah, another Brooklyn native, and immediately Coolwell comes out in round 2 and immediately tries to establish the jab, the high peekaboo guard, blocked the majority of it, but Roy, you mentioned it, Coolwell trying to initiate the action and try to take these early rounds away from Carrington.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you, from what I see, Carrington is looking to land a big left hook. If he can tilt over land that big left hook, he wants to find out, can Coolwell really take his punch?
100%, I agree with you, Roy, and I think that Shushu, he idolizes Mike Tyson so much, he is not going to let this opportunity pass him by. I think he's going to try to drop him.
Yeah, I think eventually he's just going to keep on going with body shots, and his opponent's hands are going to come down, and then he can have great combinations to the head as well. So he switches it up a lot with body and head shots.
Beautiful jab backing up Coolwell as Carrington was looking to set a trap on the ropes and utilizing the footwork, angling off and blocking the majority of these punches from Coolwell.
The good thing about Coolwell is that Carrington has already figured out the best thing Coolwell has is a good straight right hand. Nothing else is looking to be deadly or looking to be too effective except that straight right hand.
Coolwell known for being a high-pressure fighter. uses head movement and footwork to see opportunities to land his punches, but he has never faced a level of competition like he's doing here tonight against Carrington Rosie.
That's right. That is right. And I have to tell you, Carrington is being really well composed here. There he goes.
Body
Right
shot
there. That's what he's
that someone was calling for earlier. Virgil Hill still feeling that body shot, by the way, Roy. Double jab, right hand to the body. Amir, the fundamentals are there for Coolwell.
Great fundamentals. He's going to bring it. He's not going to give up. He came on this big stage to challenge.
And yet, Rosie, the most eye-catching shots come from Carrington.
That's right. He's trying to get Coolwell to be overconfident, and then he's going to go in for the attack.
What Carrington does have to do, though...
Oh, right hand that landed the best punch.
What Carrington does have to do, though, is not allow Coolwell to get too much confidence.
Yeah, you don't want that snowball rolling down the hill to get any bigger. Less than a minute left in the second, and in this case, obviously, Carrington also biding his time and making sure that he collects that proverbial data. And because I heard there were levels to this game, Roy. There's again, a guy like Carrington over almost 300 amateur fights, and there was a double right hook to the body as he had Carrington on the ropes, Coolwell, and Coolwell just escaped that left uppercut to the jaw.
Yes, I did. And Roy, do you think that Coolwell is feeling that Carrington power?
Of course he is. That's why he stays away from the ropes. He doesn't want to give Carrington an opportunity to cheat off right there.
Yep.
He could have went back to the ropes, but he's not. He knows if he gets some opportunity.
Seconds.
The technique! Bruce.
Time.
Landing 42% of his jabs. For Coolwell, hey, gotta give it the old college try. Just 9 of 96 for 9%.
Yeah, Shushu, he's top 10 featherweight. He should prove it to this Coolwell. Like, no, I'm the big man in the ring right now. I'm one of the best. And he's starting to open up a little more. He got more comfortable as the fight progressed. And now he's just looking for openings for the body or the head. Great jab. Every time he fights off the jab, there's just openings that come out from it. So he's the best when he fights off the jabs.
Good body shot by Kyushu.
Coolwell is known as Deadly Coolwell, but do you think that he has power behind his punch?
Great left hook. Great left hook.
Beautifully executed left hook.
Like I told you, the only shot I see that looks any kind of way effective to me is his straight right hand. The rest of his punches, I don't think they're really that effective.
I like how he transitions from the peekaboo style hand guard into like the shoulder roll. So he has two different defensive maneuvers. So
he's maybe Brooklyn meets Philly.
Yeah.
Minute 45 left, and they are exchanging at close quarters and doing a good job on both sides of really putting their punches together. But again, the defense of Carrington proving to separate himself thus far.
Yeah, he's basically walking through anything Coolwell throws except that straight right hand. He avoids it with his head movement. He has really good head movements when he's doing it. So I love what I'm seeing from Shushu.
Me too, Roy. And I tell you, every time that Shushu gets confident, that tongue starts to roll up in his mouth. If you watch that, I love that about Shushu Carrington.
Beautiful. Leaving him at the end of his jab, even against the ropes, very confident. And I love the way he stabbed the body with the jab and then came forward and delivered the uppercut. And even here at close quarters, referee Shorley letting them, well, gave him an opportunity to fight out. And I mean, we're seeing some high-level boxing here and some high-level uppercuts and right hooks from Carrington.
He has great power punches, great combinations. He has a deadly left hook, but once he gets with that left hook, he has an uppercut too, jabs to the body. He's just very versatile, and his combos are amazing.
Coolwell, beautiful left hook to the liver, and man, this Coolwell can take a shot.
Yeah, now Shushu's starting to sit down on the punches a little bit. He's trying to be a little bit more effective with the shots when he makes contact with Coolwell.
Explain that for the audience. What do you mean by sitting down on the punches?
He's not throwing the pop shots anymore. Now he's throwing power shots.
With leverage, right?
And his feet are sitting, good shot by Coolwell, but his feet are sitting still when he's punching, so he's trying to get the maximum power out of the shot when he does that.
Beautiful. Again, the jab and avoiding, even though he's moving
Seconds.
he's able to use his reflexes, and Carrington now putting on a boxing clinic here in round 3, angling out.
Time.
immediately attacks the body. Would you describe Carrington's jab as sloppy, Amir?
I wouldn't categorize it as sloppy. It's very
That was what the coach in Kula's corner.
Yeah, that's his opinion. But I think it's just like, it's very snappy. He starts off with it, and I wanted to point out how right when the round started, he came up with the straight right hand and kind of to the body, which was perfect. He wanted to let him know, like, this round's not going to be easy for you.
And yet, Roy, you mentioned it earlier, I mean, Kula came here to win, and well, may have jingled the bells a little early. Double jab, splitting the peekaboo guard of Carrington, but nothing on it really. It's more of a rangefinder, and then he tries to cuff him with the right hook, but the glove caught that for Carrington.
I tell you what, at the end of that last round, we didn't notice it, but just as Coolwell is taking off right here, he feels like he felt the power. I think Carrington might have felt a little bit of that overhand right that Coolwell landed at the end of the round.
And of course, that steady investment to the body. You know, compound interest, you guys. It pays.
Yeah, Coolwell, the round before, he had a great punch to the liver shot. So if he keeps on doing that, and he keeps on warming up, and he,
nice overhead right there, Coolwell over the top. But the high guard, how does he get around this high peekaboo guard, Roy, of Carrington?
He got to throw more punches. He's only throwing 2 shots.
Oh, he's down.
And that's what I told you about.
6, 7, 8. Stay there. Come here. We good?
Good flash knockdown.
Yeah, you sure pulled that, Roy.
Yeah, I knew he was going to land the left hook eventually because he's been looking at it all night. Just was a matter of time.
Of course, Roy Jones Jr., an all-time great, the first former middleweight to go all the way up and become a heavyweight champion in over 100 years, and so honored to have your expertise here. And of course, Amir Tyson, the son of the legend, and Rosie Perez, who may know more about boxing than any fan I've come across. Final minute left here in the first half of this 8-rounder.
So Coolwell keeps backing straight up on the left hook.
Coolwell, the combination though by Carrington. But Coolwell went to the bank with that counter right, but just doesn't have the pop to stop Carrington.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah, when he lets his hands go, he just, like, the combinations are like effortless. He's one of the better combination punchers at 126.
Yeah, and Amir, Shushu is on the hunt. He wants to finish this.
Yep, 100%.
You notice on the back of Carrington's trunks, Forever Ike, his brother, who was shot and killed in 2014 in what Carrington believes was a gang initiation. He was going to buy a new video game at the time, and he was a huge supporter. Bruce Carrington remains a huge inspiration as Carrington doubled up on the jab and curls it with the left hook with a right hand from Coolwell. Nice back and forth action. It's just that Carrington's action is a little bit better.
Amazing counter puncher.
Yes.
Yes, counter punching is his creme de la creme.
And that's time.
Frame of the scheduled 8-rounder, and guys, we are taking into consideration the fact that Dana Coolwell stepped up in competition on short notice, and yet when you look at the stats and the numbers, they don't always tell the whole story, but they don't always lie. We've got Carrington 42 of 88, 48% clip in total power punches landed through round 4. For Coolwell, 23 of 89, only 26%.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, I give Coolwell a lot of respect because he is so game.
And he hanging in here, giving Chushu something to work with, you know?
Yeah, he's not giving up. He's throwing good body punches and headshots, too.
I love the exchanges and the technique at close quarters, Roy.
Yeah, I do too. Just
Wait
that
in there.
Coolwell's
Wait in
punches
there.
don't have the same zip on
I got you. Break.
as the Chushu.
Thank you.
Yeah, like you were saying before, Roy, he's starting to sit on his punches a little more, too. Like, he's still moving around, good footwork, but once he gets in the phone booth,
Bro.
he's going right for the leverage.
How old are you, Amir?
27.
How do you know about a phone booth?
His dad is the master of the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He was born in a phone booth.
Amen.
Yeah. But that's where he's really shining right now.
Of
Pull
course.
his head down. Break. I got you. Don't pull his head down.
Carrington again there, angling off, using the jab both to
Let him go.
defensive weapon and to set that rhythm, but now leaning in. And there curls the right hand over top as Coolwell tries to go downstairs, chopping right and left, misses for Coolwell. Uppercut on the inside lands for Carrington, and you can tell it's almost like a picture, right? Some change-ups, off-speed, different tempos, different punch placement. Boy.
And that's what Carrington's about to do at night, about to set him up with an off-speed shot.
I got you. I
He
got you.
touched him easily. Eventually he's going to rush one down the pipe, and it's probably going to sit Coolwell down again.
Hey, Rosie, are we going to see some shoo-shoo shine to the body?
That's it. That's his calling card. I tell you, he loves to attack that body and then watch the head fall.
man, they're wrestling on the inside here. Referee John Shorley letting them do it.
I got you. A lot of wrestling in there.
Texas, of
Free up
course,
your
if
hand.
you talk wrestling, you're talking about the legendary Von Erich family. Shout out to Holt McCallany,
Free up your
a good
hand.
friend of mine, huge boxing fan, an amazing actor who played Fritz Von Erich in the movie about the Von Erichs. And there's some good inside stuff, Rosie. Look at the speed of both fighters. Carrington again remains composed, standing his ground.
That's the best thing about it. His composure is really good. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's looking for.
He's smiling too, so basically he's telling Cool, it's not hurting me.
Loving it.
I'm not backing down. There's nothing to me.
And yet,
I'm gonna keep on going forward.
it is obviously becoming more and more a one-sided fight for Carrington. As we've been saying all night, he knows the opportunity. These guys are kicking off a landmark event here in Texas, and these guys both came to earn their money here tonight.
Hey!
Time.
Begins with the jab, immediately takes the center of the ring, and Roy, you talked about that composure, and you oohed for a reason. Talk about it.
I didn't. Ooh,
Amir, I apologize. Amir,
I just like he jabbed to the body, then jabbed him to the face. Like he's just playing with him right now. He's letting him know there's levels to it and why he's top 10.
And again, Rosie, Coolwell does need to make adjustments. What kind of adjustments would you like to see him try to do? Because as game as he is, it's not doing him any favors right now.
It's not. It's what Roy was saying. He doesn't have power punches, and that's affecting him right now because he can't really hurt Shushu. But I have to say, most people are wondering why Shushu, who usually has, 10 rounders, took this fight for 8 rounds. It's because he's such a Mike Tyson fan. This is a dream come true for him, and he really wants to show up tonight.
And total body connects thus far for Carrington, 54, for Coolwell, 24, and yet it hasn't really necessarily slowed down Coolwell. It's taken maybe a little more off of his limited punching power, but he continues to walk forward like he's, the last human being in a zombie apocalypse.
He walks forward, but he walks forward very carefully.
So like a human in a zombie apocalypse.
It's like Rosie was saying earlier, like this is such a big moment. Like even if it hurts, even if he wants to go down, he's gonna keep on pushing himself because he wants the world to see his talent.
That was a good counter right hand by Carrington.
Carrington, right. I saw the counter right hand, and Carrington continues to control, looking for that inside. Oh, and a little side headlock trying to be employed by Carrington. But the Coolwell jab is, he wants to be as cool as the other side of the pillow. And a shout out to the dearly departed, one of the best, Stuart Scott. And Coolwell and Carrington, just over a minute left here in the 6th. And we talked about, Roy, there's a nice left hook to the body. But Carrington had a tough fight in his last fight against Sagawa, a guy who had upset Ruben Villa, #1 contender. Are you impressed with what he's been able to do in this bounce back here through 6?
Yeah, I'm highly impressed. I got a friend, one of my fighters by the name of James Wilkins, who told me he basically was raised up with Shushu in the gym. And he told me some very, very good things about Shushu. And Shushu is seeming to put all of those things into motion tonight. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from Shushu.
Now, he told us, Amir, that he feels like not everyone throws punches with bad intentions. He says to be able to take a man's will is a thrill that he gets. Do you expect to see, as we now move into the later rounds, that he's going to start to amplify his offense?
100%, because he knows Coolwell's hurt. Shushu's punches are hard. They're fast, so they're accumulating, and it's hurting his body, so he's going to slow down even more, and then he's going to play on his feet, and with leverage, he's going to punch. He's going to punch through him. He's not going to at him.
10 seconds.
Shushu showing off a little bit with his fancy footwork there.
Shuffles in, digs to the body.
And time.
Scheduled for 8, and it's the jab of Carrington, like a paint brush trying to paint a masterpiece, and that was for your husband, Rosie. Beautiful piece of work here, though, by Carrington.
Yeah, shout out to my husband Eric Hayes. Thank you for that, Morrow.
You're very welcome.
Roy, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that Carrington should just step it up a little bit and just go for the KO, or what do you think?
I think he actually is going for the KO. He went forward a little bit last round, but he also knows how to carefully take the guy apart first. Don't avoid that running to nothing like that right hand that Cool just missed you with. You got to be very careful when you try to knock a guy out because you expose yourself to be knocked out as well. But that's why you saw him sit down, beat the body a little bit more last round, and keep walking to him because he's trying to mentally break him down before he physically breaks him down.
Body shot by Coolwell. Amir Carrington is in his physical prime at 27. And yes, he's known for his counter punching, had a decorated amateur career, but to dovetail off of what Rosie's saying, here it is. This is the biggest opportunity yet. And despite him being only 13-0 with AKOs, he's a hot prospect. You wanna start building your brand and earning that fan base as well, and why we all appreciate the sweet science.
Yeah, this is the start.
Knockouts pay the bills.
Yes, this is the start. You know, I love Carrington. He's like a combination between a boxer and a power puncher.
Yes.
He's a boxer puncher, and then
Coolwell went down with a flash knockdown, but he's got, I don't want to say it's a George Chuvalo-esque chin, but it's tough. I mean, come on, he's taking these punches flush, Roy.
Yeah, he got a good chin, but he ain't gonna keep taking many more of those, I promise you.
ooh, good right hand.
I got you.
Rosie, what's impressed, other than the jab, because we definitely have chrono the body, everything, what's the thing that has most impressed you by Carrington tonight?
Just that he stays composed. What me and Roy have been talking about. What really is impressing me is that Coolwell is taking this punishment. He should be down.
Oh my God! Two right hands in the I mean, he is eating some vicious shots upstairs. I mean, Carrington hitting him as hard as life, and Coolwell remains in the pocket of me.
Yeah, that's a big heart.
Yeah,
Big heart. More like a Valentine's Day kiss.
Coolwell's taking vicious punches. Carrington, he's just upping it up a little bit. He's amping up his pressure, the energy, and he's like a masterpiece. Like, it's just great to watch.
It's an entertaining fight, as one-sided as it is, Ben. And while Coolwell is here to fight, again, this is the hurt business, Roy. It comes with consequences, and you wonder the level of punishment that he has taken. Are you starting to be concerned at all?
No, not concerned at all. He is a boxer. This is what we do for a living. You got to give and take. See, he's trying to go for a knockout right there.
Yes, he is.
So he's still game. He's still a
But he's
dog in
eating
the
a lot
fight.
of shots, Roy. Look.
Time.
Round, but as has been the case every round, it's Carrington who immediately establishes dominance in the center of the ring and dictates terms with the jab.
Body language means a lot. Carrington's body language is basically what took it out of Coolwell, I think. Carrington always walked in here and walked around and carried himself like he was the champion, like he was the most experienced fighter, which he's not the most experienced, but he is the undefeated guy. So he's the ranked guy. And he's showing that to Coolwell all night. But Coolwell has a big heart. He's stuck in here. He's giving us all he got, and he's still fighting. So
yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, what I've taken from this is Shushu's a very skilled fighter. He's deserving of being a top 10 featherweight. And Coolwell has so much heart and resilience. He just keeps on pushing. These are hard shots, bro.
yeah, Coolwell's gonna learn a lot from this fight, though. You know, being in Australia, you probably don't see a lot of top-notch featherweights over there, but he's gonna learn a lot from this fight, and it's gonna make him a much better fighter than he is already.
A comprehensive display of skills by Carrington. Punches in round 7, 40 of 78. That's 51% for Carrington. For Coolwell, 11 of 77. Just 14%. Rosie, it's the chasm is beginning to widen, and yet just when we say that, there's no quit in Coolwell.
There's no quit in Coolwell. This is the type of boxer that fans like to see. I'm sure that people are going to want to see him again,
For sure.
even though he's losing.
Double jab from Carrington, beginning to strafe combinations to the torso of Coolwell. Uppercut. That would have been the what a sweeping left hook by Carrington.
That hurt. That hurt.
Yes, it did. You can see his reaction moving to the ropes, and now Carrington has him cornered. Goes again.
Oh, snap! Did you see that? Nice.
5, 6, 7, 8. You good? Last round, baby. Last round.
And that all came from that big left hook, trust me.
So it looks like Carrington is indeed trying to close the show here with 45 seconds left in search of his 9th knockout. He has showcased his sublime boxing skills and given Dana Coolwell all he can handle, and Coolwell's been down twice, and again a 25-year-old taking a monumental step up in competition, and with 20 plus seconds left, if this thing goes the way we think it's going to go, Coolwell does not need to hang his head when he returns to Australia.
He doesn't need to hang his head anyway. He fought a top 10 guy on a few weeks' notice. I mean, that's big. That's
10 seconds.
Incredible guts by Coolwell at the end of the fight, but let's not bury the headline. Bruce Carrington showing why he is a rising prospect, number 10.
Judges scorecard time.
Maintain that focus.
See the contest, 80. At the end of 8 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. All 3 judges see the contest, 80 to 70, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Bruce.
Yes!
Producing the Shoo shutout, and what a sportsman, and deservedly so. Dana Coolwell traveling all the way.